The next couple of days saw us challenged a little by the weather. Traveling south on wet, clay-covered roads was hard work. We eventually got to Inaminka, where we had an amazing camp alongside the river. The following day we continued south to Cameron's Corner, and then all the way to Tibubura, where we spent our last night camping, at Dead Horse Gully campsite. After a rather wet night, we slowly packed up while misty rain was still falling. Inevitably, the track had suffered from the constant precipitation. Occasionally, it was difficult to keep the car pointed in the right direction. Fortunately, we soon arrived at Cordillo Downs shearing shed. This used to be Australia's largest undercover shearing shed, now just another outback ruin. But we did brave the weather, and investigate for just a few minutes before getting back onto the soggy track. During the morning, the weather continued to degenerate. The track was flooded in some sections, providing Jack with a little entertainment, but making me nervous. But by mid-morning, we started to see some blue sky poking through the clouds. And before long, the track was dry, and we were back up to full speed again. Just before arriving at Inaminka, we started seeing road cleaners out all over the place. These volunteers slowly drive along the track, picking up all the rubbish. Once at Inaminka, we quickly found the local food hall, and ordered a big counter lunch.
Bye guys, thank you. Have a great night.
After lunch, we were back on the road again. On the drive, we found a nice piece of bitumen, leading up to the new bridge over Cooper Creek. We drove out of town, heading for one of Outback Australia's historic monuments, the Dig Tree. The Dig Tree is where Burke and Wills's supplies had been buried for them on the return from their cross-continent adventure. It is also the point at which disaster started to befall them. After soaking up the atmosphere at the Dig Tree, we returned to Inaminka to set up camp. On the drive, we stopped to help an unlucky driver replace a flat tire on the side of the road. Eventually arriving at Kulyamara Waterhole, an amazing camping location alongside Cooper Creek. After a perfect night, we awoke to a perfect morning. Our first stop for the day was just a few minutes down the track, at the Burke Memorial. The Memorial of Robert O'Hara Burke is a peaceful place alongside the river. Burke is likely to have walked along this very track shortly before his tragic death in 1861. The gum trees lining the river were probably here during Burke's epic journey. Robert O'Hara Burke passed away on this site, after failing to meet up with his main party, and eventually dying of starvation. Back on the road again, and we had decided to take the main road out of town, via the Moomba gas fields. This would ensure a safe drive if the weather caught up with us again. However, these roads were long, straight, dry and dusty. We arrived at the gas fields viewing platform in time for morning tea. We were soon back on the dry and dusty roads. Until we needed to stop again, for more food. And after lunch, we were into jump-up country. The roads here were up and down, and more dust. At one point we needed to make a short comfort break, as the roller coaster nature of the road took its toll on our back seat passenger. Eventually we arrived at another important part of corner country, Cameron's Corner Store. It was here that we learnt about the closure of the desert due to the rain, the day after we left it. After a good rest, which included ice cream, we made our way through the famous dock fence, and we were once again back in New South Wales. We decided that we would make today a long one, and continue on until Tibooburra, to make sure that we did not fall victim to the impending rain. The more we drove, the darker the clouds became, and the more certain we were that we had made the correct decision. The bitumen signified our arrival back into civilization. We quickly drove through the town and made our way north to the local campsite at Dead Horse Gully. It was here that we were treated to our last amazing night sky of our trip.